Hello, my twin flame loved ones, and welcome back to the Soulmate Journey Empath. This is going to be a twin flame check-in reading. So we are going to look at both the divine feminine and the divine masculine, see what's going on for them in terms of healing or karmic cycles that are wrapping up. We'll also look at connective energy and get some advice from the romance angels at the very end. All right. So if you are new to my channel, welcome. I'm so glad that you came to this video. If you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for all of your love, support, and creating a beautiful community with me. So if you are finding that the roles are appearing vice versa as I read these energies, feel free to swap them. Again, we all have our own divine feminine and divine masculine energy. So if one tends to be very dominant at this time, you may be resonating more with divine masculine, or vice versa, divine feminine. I will say they, because divine masculine and divine feminine are genderless. They're energetic polarities and complements, and there's no gender when it comes to energy. All right. So let's go ahead and get right in. So as I was pre-shuffling the decks, I really wanted to pay attention to what was coming out on the bottom. So from the Mystic Moon Oracle, the very first card on the bottom of the deck here is cycles. Cycles. And I love this moon here. This is also telling me that the Libra full moon that took place earlier this month here in April is causing a balancing of a lot of these karmic cycles. So then on the bottom of the Psychic Tarot, we have the Eight of Pentacles energy, which is all about positive movement forward. And I love that because as you know, that full moon was in the sign of Libra, which is all about balance. It's about balancing the scales. And a surefire way to wrap up karmic cycles is to engage in those lessons, to evolve and process what you've learned, thus enabling you to move on and embrace new energies coming in with this beautiful positive movement forward. Now, on the bottom of the Higher Love Soul Link Oracle cards, I have a transformation. Again, as cycles wrap up, as karmic scales get balanced, this transforms what things are going to look like in the 3D as we're integrating these lessons, as we're mastering these lessons. And once those lessons have been processed and completed, the scales become tipped, and what we have been functioning in, the energy that we have been functioning in, is transitioning and transforming into a different energy to bring about new lessons and new growth for us. On the bottom of the Soul's Journey Oracle, here we have patience. I accept that everything happens in divine order. And this is very much like the energy of the Wheel of Fortune from Tarot. So I think that's really interesting because here we have these messages that perhaps some cycles are wrapping up. There will be positive movement forward and transformation, but also this warning to exercise patience during this time, that everything will happen in divine order. The bottom of the Numerology Oracle, we have number 33, communication. Beautiful master number here of divine co-creation, number 33. And collaboration. But communication, there's something involving communication. On the bottom of the Sacred Geometry activations for relationships, we have number 9, attraction. Attraction. The energy of attraction amplifies the qualities that attract and support us on our journey toward inner balance and harmony. And On the very bottom of the Romance Angels deck, we have very soon. Clearly decide what you want so that it comes to you now. So really big messages, just tapping into the energy of the bottom of the deck. A message that comes very clear to me is be patient. There will be some kind of incoming communication. If it's required patience and there hasn't been positive movement forward, if we're coming into this Eight of Pentacles energy, that means we've been at the Seven of Pentacles, where we've sown seeds and we're waiting. We're waiting for something to ripen, for something to mature, for something to be a tangible product with this positive movement forward. But what I'm getting is this very much reads as separation energy. But what I'm getting is that perhaps this attraction has magnified in separation. And I see this for masculine energy for a couple of reasons. First and foremost, look at all of this yellow solar plexus chakra energy. And we know that the seat of the divine masculine is the solar plexus chakra. We also have some divine feminine, some heart chakra, and some throat and third eye chakra energy coming in here. Totally solar plexus here with the communication. But look at with this attraction as well. Okay. So for some of you that identify as divine feminine, if you have been out of contact or in separation with the divine masculine, there's this caution, just be patient, don't get yourself overly attached to the outcome is the important part. But to recognize that if you accept that everything comes in divine timing, communication about attraction will be coming very soon. All right. So let's go ahead and tap into the energies of the divine masculine. What is the divine masculine's overall energy at this time? What is divine masculine's overall energy on the twin flame journey? Oh my goodness. And I have a synchronicity to that message that I have for you in the pre-shuffle. Okay, yeah. And on the bottom of the deck, we have the observer. This is someone watching from afar. To me, this is the energy of the hanged man, of someone who's hanging back so that they can gain enlightenment. But first and foremost, we have recognition and mute. So again, for those of you that have been in separation, that have been, patiently waiting on some type of communication, attraction, and then under attraction, I have soul. And this is a completion. Look at number 37, 3 and 7, add to 10. That is a completion. And we did have cycles coming out at the beginning. So for some of you, masculine is kind of in a recognition of the feminine, even though there may be no contact at this time. The time apart, I'm hearing the time apart has provided the opportunity to observe, to enlighten, to broaden one's perspective on the situation. So that's a beautiful energy. That is a beautiful energy. Having anyone awaken to the journey is a very beautiful energy. So let's see. What is this looking like in their outside world? What are the masculines looking like in their outside world? Okay. We don't have anything else coming out. We do have the Seven of Wands energy, fire energy here at the bottom of the deck. Sevens are numbers of perseverance. So this is a masculine that is taking a stand. And I say that because the card that came out for what this looks like in 3D for divine masculines at this time is the energy of the sun. Again, this is a cycle completion. This is stepping into divine masculine power. In this particular deck, there happens to be a woman, but traditionally, the sun is associated with divine masculine, as the moon is associated with divine feminine energy. So this is a very empowered masculine that is standing up and standing in their truth and shining. And for many of you, the masculine may be a light worker, or is probably a light worker, whether they're conscious of that or not. But masculines are looking really empowered, really confident, really a lot of this sun, a lot of this solar plexus energy, and then stand their ground. So I see this as more empowered masculine energy, as standing in their truth. So that's really beautiful. That's what they're looking like on the outside. So, you know, for some of you feminines, if you are in this observer energy, trying to figure out perhaps what's going on with your masculine because of a separation, you may see them really be shining, really be out there in their element, appearing empowered and appearing satisfied. But, you know, really what is going on underneath the surface is there's some type of soul recognition here, even though there's been some silence, but that the silence was needed for this epiphany to come in, for the epiphany that the hangman, that the observer energy is waiting for to come in and look at how empowered they are in this energy. So beautiful there. So let's see what other external circumstances are affecting the masculine at this time. What external? Wow. Wow. So at the bottom of the deck, we have new level of growth. That is absolutely beautiful. Beautiful energy coming in for the masculines. And then again, I want to point out at the bottom of the deck for the Psychic Tarot, now we have the World, which is number 21. This is all about closing out cycles, closing out chapters, and starting fresh new ones. And here, it being number 21, 2 and 1 adding to 3. Again, this is collaboration and co-creation with the divine that the masculine is getting in touch with. But the message that came out for him, or their energy, is dreams coming true. So that's why we are seeing such an empowered masculine. Something about this journey, something that they have recognized in the separation, perhaps no contact with a feminine, has really got them to align themselves with a place where they're trying to manifest their dreams, really go after their dreams, what inspires them. And that's very characteristic of the twin journey, right? That mutual musing that happens between divine masculine and divine feminine. So let's see, what lesson is the divine masculine working on at this time? What lesson is the divine masculine working on at this time? And it looks like we'll just take that one. But I love this. At the bottom now we have balance. And this is beautiful. This is a lot of third eye and crown chakra. I bring a state of perfect harmony into my world, and I do so without judgment. And I love this. So really balancing out. And with that new level of personal growth on the bottom, trying to stay balanced as things are starting to align. The lesson we have for the masculines is failure. I understand that a mistake is only an opportunity to learn. So this is a lesson that they're working on at this time. And for some of you that are dealing with a masculine that has been dealing with karmic relationships, this could be full-on committed relationships. This could be family relationships. This could be business colleague relationships, but a karmic situation, something that has to be resolved before the energy can move. And there may have been at some point, you know, this feeling of failure with masculines that are realizing that maybe these karmic cycles are wrapped up, and maybe still needing to do some healing, recognizing that these failures are opportunities to learn, and that actually everything happens in divine timing as we co-create it with our free will. And so no time is wasted in any situation where you're learning a karmic lesson. And especially the ones that are very difficult, very triggering for us, those are very, very sacred karmic soul contracts that you drafted with another soul to experience together in this lifetime. And the ones that are fraught with struggle, it's almost a bigger gift of unconditional love to participate in those than ones that tend to flow better and be a little bit easier. So masculine is trying to learn how to overcome this lack mindset and a fear of failure at this time, and, you know, really balance out these energies. So let's see. What is it that the masculines are needing to do to wrap up this lesson? Wow, that jumped out. So at the bottom, there's relationship change. And this is number 56. That has the vibration of the number 11, which is about divine guidance. And then we also have physical activity, which is kind of a strange complementary energy here. 6 and 7 add to 13, 1 and 3 add to 4, a number of foundations, a number of reestablishing a stable foundation. So for those of you that definitely know that there is a karmic relationship of some type going on with the masculine, there is a change coming about. That energy needs to shift, especially if the lesson has been completed. But what I'm getting is that some may be stuck on moving forward because they are in this mindset of having failed, not seeing how much they learned in the opportunity. And that may be holding some of them back from this relationship change. But physical activity is recommended, really just to help balance you out as well, divine masculines. Because this balance card did come up. And something that can clear your head is grounding yourself and getting up and having some type of routine physical activity. Even get up and move. Many of us are really restricted because we have transferred to working at home. Some of us have always worked at home, but for those that are working at home, that are in a situation that makes them feel off balance, there's this recommendation to get up and move around to change your energy, to get the energy to move through you differently, and for that to balance you out. All right. So what activation is needed for the masculines at this time? What activation is needed for the masculines to get out of this energy? At the bottom of the deck, we have strength. This is number 38. 3 and 8 add to 11. Again, a number of divine guidance. And look at this. Divine masculine, divine feminine, third eye and throat chakra energy here. But really, masculines are being urged to come from a place of kindness here. And here's a number 11. Again, number 29, 2 and 9 adding to 11. So the energy of kindness reminds us to be considerate and wise in our interactions with others and with ourselves, and to find the root of our love through our connection to source. Big time heart chakra energy here. So, excuse me. This tells me right away that whatever karmic situation that divine masculines are wrapping up has involved a considerable amount of heart chakra cleansing, healing, and balancing. And that until they are able to master this and integrate this less conditional form of love, or find healthier outlets for emotional tension, that this lesson cannot be mastered until they're able to navigate this situation and have the heart chakra balanced. So for those of you that are kind of curious if there is a karmic romantic partner involved, my message to you is recognize that even if someone has come to the realization that they need to engage in some relationship change, that there is a considerable amount of heart chakra healing that needs to happen. Not only once that energy has been transited and cleared, but afterward, and reestablishing healthy boundaries, reestablishing a full, happy, healthy heart. And that part of that means processing any of that hostility, that resentment that masculines may be holding as a consequence of the karmic contract that they're coming out of, and really transmute it into coming from a place of unconditional love, of seeing the higher purpose of that connection and the personal growth and the lessons that they've learned, and really coming from a place of unconditional love before they would be in a position to really give an honest, wholehearted, and authentic attempt, at coming into union. And so on behalf of divine masculines, I would say if feminines are really struggling because you've been waiting quite some time for a union with the masculine or communication with the masculine, what I'm getting from all these pre-messages is that you may be finding out about this from the divine masculine, but regardless, kindness for themselves and kindness for others is really what is going to best help them navigate this situation. And I know that sometimes divine feminines, especially if you are dealing with a karmic relationship that your masculine is still participating in, it can be really easy to disparage whatever karmic soul connection they're in, disparage that other person. And the reality of it is that here we have all these lessons, and I understand that a mistake is only an opportunity to learn, that there's growth. And I mean, here we have it, a new level of growth that wouldn't be possible without masculine participating in and experiencing these karmic situations. And so coming from a place of unconditional love, when you get in those heavier energies, you can transmute them by offering a prayer of gratitude to whoever the masculine is participating in that karmic soul contract with, because there is unconditional love before we incarnate, when we agree to participate in those very profound and very painful types of relationships. All right. So let's see, divine feminines, what overall energy are the divine feminines in at this time? Wow. So on the bottom of the deck, we have contemplation, and that is not really surprising me. And the card that popped out for you divine feminines is the material world. And instantly, the message that I'm getting off of this, and it just keeps going. It just keeps going as I read off the bottom of the deck. So here we go. Material world. Feminines are focused very heavily in 3D right now. At the bottom of the deck, we have contemplation. And so what I'm getting off of this very heavily is feminines in general, divine feminines. And if this doesn't resonate with you, take what does and leave the rest. But divine feminines that have been in that Seven of Pentacles energy, really trying to be patient and waiting for either communication or union from the masculine. What I'm getting is all of this thinking about it that you are doing in the material world, okay, because material world came out first. That's bar none where your focus is at. So this message that I'm getting very strongly for you, feminines, is you may be balancing out some of your own solar plexus energy and healing triggers of pride and ego that are causing you to kind of fixate on when am I going to get something tangible in 3D? Like, it's been a long time. Why has it been so long? And it's not that you are intending to come from a lower vibrational energy, but you are being triggered in this way because there is still some degree of attachment, and that comes from an under-integrated solar plexus chakra, which is the center of our divine masculine. And I was just telling one of my life coaching clients the other day that when you think that the sacral chakra is the center of the divine feminine and the solar plexus is the chakra that is associated with the divine masculine, when twin flames meet each other initially, it's like a lightning bolt to the divine masculine's sacral chakra, and it's like a lightning bolt to the divine feminine's solar plexus chakra, as well as the heart and the head. But it's almost like you cross trigger each other. And one of the things that we are always actively working on for our own personal development on the individual aspect of our soul journey, as we're also on the twin flame journey, is really responding to what's triggering us. For feminines, it's a struggle to balance, align, and integrate that solar plexus chakra. For divine masculines, it's a challenge to do the same for their sacral chakra. All right. So I get that there's some healing associated with the solar plexus chakra going on with feminines right now. And at the bottom of the deck, we have lessons. So again, you're working through some of your own karmic lessons that are related to pride and ego. And that doesn't necessarily mean that you're dealing with issues of vanity or narcissism. For a lot of divine feminines, this is more of an insecurity energy of something that triggers maybe attachment issues, abandonment issues, wherein you don't feel like you can manage it on your own or be confident to put yourself out there to be a more active force in the world. And so, you know, as twins are on the journey approaching union, this is typically how we see these chakras balancing out. So let's see, what does this look like for the feminine in the 3D? What does this look like for the feminine? What does this look like? And I'll take that card that turned. So at the bottom of the deck, we do have Three of Pentacles energy. So that confirms to me for sure that feminines here, with this contemplation and material world, Three of Pentacles, this is like a 3D coming together. This is a 3D relationship, you know, a 3D collaboration, a 3D partnership. This is what divine feminines are thinking about right now. And they're very much focused in seeing this manifested in the 3D. In divine feminines, my throat chakra is acting up right now, which is really interesting because the cards that we have for divine feminines are the Ace of Wands, which is fire energy, and the Strength card. Okay, so this is like ultimate, like a heart on fire. Feminines, this is you feeling so inspired that the masculine is your muse at this point in time. And what I'm getting is that that's very, very reciprocal with that recognition card. And part of what's happening is, since the masculine is coming into recognition, this is something that is triggering what's going on in the heart chakra. And see, the hands are on the solar plexus. So it's almost like some of this energy is coming in from the masculine. So, you know, there's definitely a lot of inspiration. There's a lot of passion, but also like a struggle here, especially with the strength card coming up, of trying to tame yourself. And that's why I keep getting this in the throat chakra, is trying not to jump the gun and trying to let things manifest in divine timing. But there's something like the feminines are kind of going through an energy where they feel like maybe they might get a result if they put a line out there. But again, very passionate, very, very passionate. And what's interesting is these are energies that I perceive as being very, very divine masculine. They're fire. They're also mirroring that energy of the sun and dreams coming true, and the 7 of Wands, getting out there and standing in your power. Feminine's feeling it. Feminine is feeling it coming from the masculine. And so feminine is trying to balance and transmute this energy. And it's difficult because there are still some lingering issues here, maybe some lingering insecurities in the solar plexus chakra. So let's see what outside influences are happening with the feminine, divine feminine at this time. Whoa, we got a few. Okay, we'll take those. Wow. So at the bottom for the feminines, we have leave past behind. And with this lessons card, yeah, when you're done with the lesson, you're leaving it behind. So definitely mirroring going on here, which is very, very common with my twins. So what's really, really interesting is we have the divine feminine doing a lot of rest and relaxation. And, oops, sorry there. And really part of it is because feminines are in that heavily contemplative energy, and they're really trying to balance out their energies at this time. So rest and relaxation. We have solitude and meditation. So again, feminine's really trying to balance out this energy and really trying to temper themselves. And part of it is being mindful and having some space. And like what I just heard was like, yeah, like they need some space because for moment to moment it can get messy. Like that's what this healing phase, it feels like for you, that it can be pretty messy. And so you're preferring having your solitude to be able to balance your energies out. Also, we have old friends and good memories. So in this separation, one of the things that divine feminines are doing to maintain their connections in life is we see that feminines are either reaching out to old friends and sharing good memories, or maybe reflecting on those times. And they could be with the masculine. So let's see, what karmic lesson are the divine feminines working on at this time? What karmic lesson are the divine feminines working on? Oh my gosh. Okay. Oh my gosh. And I can't make this up. So I'm going to go back to the bottom of the Mystic Moon Oracle deck. So the lesson that feminines are working on, and this is so feminine, sacral chakra energy right there, is grief. I understand that losing something is an opportunity to appreciate it. Again, mirroring back to the masculines. The masculines may have been mute, but there's been some kind of revelation, some type of soul recognition there, all right? But what's interesting about this coming up as the lesson is, okay, so we had lessons, karmic lessons. What's under the bottom? Grief. And I'm really getting that this is just balancing out more of the separation energy. Like you are so very close to purging the rest of the attachment. And I kept getting attachment, and with the pride and ego card coming up as well. So divine feminines, you are really, really going through deep healing here, really releasing attachments. And the part that's interesting about that is on the bottom is freedom. freedom. And look at all of this beautiful throat chakra energy. And I did say that I felt that it was imbalanced for divine feminines, not feeling able to speak their truth. So freedom, I possess the power and the free will to create my own happiness. And this is the lesson out of the grief, okay? That you aren't dependent on your divine counterpart at all times, that you can create, you can manifest your own happiness in a myriad of ways. And this is the energy that the masculine is in. And that may feel a little threatening to you feminines, because you may be worried that they have moved on without you. And so after checking in on their energies here a little bit earlier, I think we can confidently say that that is not the case. So this is like an invitation for you to go ahead and wrap up this cycle of grieving and, to engage in this healing. You're feeling what you're feeling because your body, your soul, your spirit are telling you where you still need to be healing. So let's see what is needed to wrap up this karmic cycle, this karmic lesson related to grief for the divine feminines. What is needed to wrap up this karmic cycle? Whoa. Okay. There we go. Okay. I can't even make this stuff up. So the bottom, we have intuition, again, divine feminine energy there with the sacral chakra. Number 22, which is the master number of relationship balance. Use your intuition. And like the longing, like I can totally identify with that feeling. However, it's crazy because as soon as you learn to let go of what you love, like you're afraid to let it go because you don't believe that it's really yours already. And you're afraid that it won't come back to you if you let it go. Well, with all this divine guidance and this message that the masculine's got with patience and divine timing, with all these 11s and 3s that are coming up in the reading, these 10s, these cycle completions, very much a message for you that like, you have to let go of your attachment to that thing you love most and have your faith follow what your intuition tells you. It's really testing your faith is what this karmic lesson is doing for you feminines, because in this time out, okay, this time out is a lesson, and it's coming in with the vibration of the number 10, which is all about a completion. And it's crown chakra, higher you knows that this relationship is meant for you, so it'll come to you in the right time. But you're still coming from a little place of fear, and so that's why we're balancing out that solar plexus chakra, and also getting a lot of that solar plexus energy from the masculine. So it's an energy exchange in the twin flame dynamic, and feminines are kind of struggling at trying to receive this energy. And that's another clue that there are some adjustments. There are some things that need to be better aligned before union can actually take place. But in this time out, feminines, you're being guided to your spirituality, perseverant, spiritual warriors, prayer warriors. 77 is a master number. 7's the number of perseverance. Okay. So you're being reminded here with this intuition and spirituality. Okay. And then 2 and 7 add to 9. 9 is about spiritual growth, a spiritual strength. Okay. There's so much that you're learning about yourself spiritually at this time, but spirit just wants to come in and let you know, okay, you are going to get this happy ending. Okay. This is number 93, 9 and 3 adding to 12. 1 and 2 adding to 3. So again, co-creation, divine co-creation, destiny plus free will. This happy ending is guaranteed. Spirit says, you want to end this cycle? Surrender. Number 91, 1 and 9 adding to 10, cycle completion. And again, divine feminine energy here. All this orange has been coming out for you. Surrender. is what Spirit wants you to know. So let's see, what sacred geometry activation do we need for divine feminines at this time? What sacred geometry activation do we need for divine feminines? Oh my gosh, this is great. So attractions at the bottom again. Again, you're feeling that energy coming from the masculines. So we have for you number 22. So again, this is a beautiful message because it invites you to not neglect the other relationships in your life, your other soulmates. The energy of friendship supports our intrinsic desire for the connection with others based on mutual affection and appreciation. And this is heart chakra energy too. This is very beautiful to see that both twins are working with master numbers here. Masculine working with the energy of, or the vibration of the number 11, feminine with 22 here. Okay. That also tells me in terms of heart chakra healing that feminines are a step or two ahead of the masculine. Oh, okay. I want to show you these cards one more time. Feminines before I go ahead and deliver this message because it's just succinct. So remember, we had intuition, spirituality, surrender. Commitment is number 13, 1 and 3. Add to 4. 4s are about a stable and sturdy foundation. All right, building foundations and stability. The frequency of commitment supports our ability to devote ourselves in all aspects of our being and with unwavering belief. Feminines, don't lose your faith here. Keep the faith. Keep the faith. And one of my guides is saying, once you realize, once you have accepted it and have purged, you know, the insecurity and the doubt, that you're just going to be like, oh my gosh, why did I ever cry about it? And it's not going to be coming from a place of foolishness. It's really coming from a place of, now I see, I've learned so much from this experience. Now I see beyond what was holding me back initially. So let's go ahead and look at connective energy. What is connective energy in the twin flame connection at this time? For my twin flames, connective energy, please. Whoop. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. So, wow, this is crazy. So at the bottom of the deck, there's the energy of the twin flame. So if you were wondering, like, well, I think this person's my twin, but am I crazy? No, you're not. They're your twin. So connective energy, we had this little cluster come out here, and I think it's kind of funny. So we have the observer card coming out again, coming out to play. Again, this is the energy of the hangman. So this is kind of hanging back and seeking enlightenment so that you can broaden your perspective. And I get that, like, both of you are like checking in on each other from afar. But both of you are in this energy of seeking enlightenment, of trying to come to clarity. All right. We have lessons. So both of you working on karmic lessons. Grief. Both of you dealing with some grief. And refocus. Both of you acknowledging that you need to refocus to get out of this energy impasse, to get through, you know, to the next screen, to the next chapter. What is this connective energy looking like in the 3D world? What is this connective energy looking like in the 3D world, please? What is this connective energy looking like in 3D? In 3D. All right, we had 2. Okay, well, first of all, here's my feminines over here. Hey, girls, hey. In this 9 of Swords energy with the grief, suffering, and silence. But we're suffering in silence because feminines, you're also trying to balance out that energy. And you know intuitively that it's not balanced at this time. We're also seeking in a state of emotional withdrawal here with the 8 of Cups, water energy. 8 is about transforming. So back to that refocus, okay? Trying to transmute, trying to transform this energy. And masculines are doing it too. I mean, if we look at the energies represented in the cards here with a feminine and a masculine, again, masculine working on healing the heart chakra, and feminine kind of in their head, and imbalanced third eye when we're not able to really engage with our intuition. But another connective energy here is the clarity is coming through here with the Ace of Swords. This is beautiful. This also tells me that Archangel Michael is protecting and guarding your connection at this time. I always see the Ace of Swords as Michael's sword. So that's what it looks like in the 3D. What are outside influences to the twin flame connection at this time? Oh gosh, we can't dump the whole deck here. Okay, wow. So at the bottom, loss issues. And we did see that come up. There's mirroring of this grief and longing. Wow, okay. This is beautiful. So we have new inspiration. And I love it because that could be this tea coming in here. This after we refocus. Excuse me. For both masculines and feminines. But we definitely see this happening with the divine masculine at this time. So a lot of new inspiration. Feminines, you're feeling that Ace of Wands energy that came through for you. You're feeling fired up. You're inspired. You're musing each other. Both of you are in a capacity where you are mentoring or helping others at this time. And that's really where I'm getting, especially with the friends coming up for the feminine, that's really where I'm getting you're directing this energy first. All right. And then we have prepare for change. And I love that synchronistic with what came out at the very beginning here with the bottom of the deck. What lessons are the divine twins working on at the same time here? What lessons are both twins working on at the same time here? What is that one? Oh my goodness. So I love it. I love it. I love it. Look what came out to play again. We have patience coming out again, which was at the bottom of the deck at the beginning. And freedom. So I'll reiterate, I accept that everything happens in divine order, and I possess the power and free will to create my own happiness. So these are what a shared connective energy with divine twins at this time. And how can the divine twins navigate through this energy? How can they finish up these lessons? Oh, wow. So we had some flyers here. Wow. So, wow. Self-love, number 61. 6 and 1, add to 7. Again, that's a number of perseverance. So self-love here. And this is in the sacral chakra. So sacral chakra healing for both twins. Self-discipline. 4 and 1, add to 5. 5s are about challenges, obstacles, impasses, but these are also opportunities to create discipline and self-love. And again, these are very important messages for divine feminine in particular, with the sacral chakra energy highlighted. And for both twins, completion. And I love all this beautiful crown chakra energy, plus the number 9, the number of spiritual strength, spiritual wisdom that is obtained through the duration of the cycle. So what sacred geometry activation is needed for both twins to get closer to union at this time? What activation? Oh my gosh. Okay, so strength is at the bottom again. Again, number 11. The vibration of number 11 because it's number 38. That literally came out at the bottom. Union. And I love this number 44. So again, foundation stability. But I think that this is actually going to be a different take on it than what you may be expecting. The energy of union activates our ability to unite our outer and inner aspects toward a state of wholeness. So really what I'm seeing is that both twins are working on balancing, healing, and integrating. And once aligned, can take that next step and come into union. So beautiful for my twins. Let's go ahead and close out.